Hey guys, Artosis here, casting the NA North America team battle, and I'm very excited about this one. So far, Team Zerg players, I guess I'm going to call them, has been dominating with both Striker and Jayun picking up some victories against Just and Dragon. If you haven't seen those games as of yet, oops, I spoiled them for you, but go back, check them out. And now we have two of my favorite players from the NA region. We have in the top left of the map, goodnight, Gypsy. And in the top right, a very old friend of mine, it's Machine. Now, of course, Machine, this funny idea, Eagleburger, he has been one of the top NA Zergs for, like, forever, basically. And he's in pretty darn good shape right now. Yeah, I think he's quite a strong Zerg. I wouldn't call him, like, #1 USA Zerg, but, you know, definitely a big name. Gypsy, on the other hand, I think he is a really phenomenal Terran. I put him personally at top 2 foreign Terrans in the entire scene. So I would definitely say that he's favored here. I would definitely not want to be a Zerg player going up against him. So I think he's going to show some real power, but we'll see what Machine's got in him here. The map, of course, as I mentioned, is Goodnight. This is one of our newer maps for ASL. It's got some interesting terrains about it, but I think TvZ, like, the main things you're looking at is the layout of the main and the natural, and, like, how Mutalisks are going to function, right? And it seems pretty normal for that. Like, here, we're going to see the natural momentarily. Well, you can kind of see it here. And look at the amount of space you have behind the minerals. This is what we would call, like, a reasonably designed map, where you can actually defend this with turrets, right? It's not like the minerals up against the wall and you just lose all your SCVs. So that being said, like, after you look at something like that, normally 4-player maps kind of play similarly. So I don't think it's going to be very weird. I think it'll be pretty standard stuff we're seeing out of both sides. All right, so the SCV comes up into the main base and scouts what looks to be just a very standard 2-base, you know, 2-base layer, 2-hat, as we call it. It looks like Marine expansion going to be coming out for Gypsy. He did start his second depot, but certainly we'll be getting that CC very, very quickly here. Scouting drone coming back for Machine. And the SCV being chased around a little bit. See that layer pop up when it's time. And it's a little bit later on the gas, so it seems like this could be like a 2.5 hatch timing, right? Like, this is a new evolution in the Zerg metagame of the last couple of months. We've seen Zerg players going for slightly later layer. Like, look, this is exactly it. And that kind of shows it's very cool to see Machine keeping so up on the current metagame. But this is pretty trendy right now to get like the 3-minute and 7-second layer instead of the 2-minute and like 56-second layer, right? Which obviously these things can vary by a few seconds, but you'd be surprised how accurate it is. Basically, this one is slightly higher economy, and normally what you'll do as Zerg in this situation is get your 3rd hatchery in your main base, and then Academy rushes don't really do anything against you. So we'll see if that's the way he's going to end up playing it. There's already a bunker up here for Gypsy, so playing pretty safe at the moment. Does have that scout still alive, and in fact he's had it alive long enough that he's going to be pretty darn sure that this is not going to be like Hydra or a lurker opener or anything like that. You'd probably have to start making Zerglings by now in that case, and the Hydralist Den would be a little bit late because you would want that finishing by the time you know, the layer finishes. Academy is underway. 2nd barracks coming up. Expansion is up here as well. And yeah, I mean, everything looking pretty normal. He did switch off into a new SCV. The old one actually getting home. I mean, this is a small thing, but this is actually a really good way to tell the level of a Terran player. People who can keep their SCV alive and get the hurt one home and get the other one in, it's kind of huge. And I got to tell you, it's a hard thing to do. It's very difficult to pull it off. So great that he got this 2nd scout. That's going to allow him to slow down his comsats a little bit if he wants, get a few more SCVs before he goes ahead and makes those. And I mean, everything looking pretty strong here for Gypsy. He starts his engineering bay. We'll see what type of play he wants to go from here. From here rather. So the different options against the 2 hatchery would be the 2 barracks factory, the 3 barracks factory, and the 4 barracks factory. All of them definitely playable. They all play very, very differently from each other. And we'll see which one Gypsy is into. So he throws down the 3rd barracks. And we'll see if he throws down a 4th here shortly. He would have to probably go for turrets before that. Anyways, he does walk out just to clear a few lings here with the Marines. They can't really do an attack. They're a little bit too late coming out to even realistically force a sunken colony. And in fact, look at this. Machine threatening the backstab. Beautiful move here because it makes Gypsy turn around. You do not want these lings running up and slowing down your missile turrets. So very annoying moment. And look at this. Even baits out a Marine. Going to get that pick off. Very well done. Machine right now with 6 mutas on the way. Turrets being put down by Gypsy just in the nick of time. Oh, he's going to lose a medic. Is he going to lose 2? No, it looks like he'll save the other one, though. I don't know what those medics were doing out there, but that's pretty standard from medics. Now, range is coming. So is that +1. It looks like he has chosen the 3 barracks play. And he's actually taken some SCVs off of gas. So some high optimization here for Gypsy as the first 5 mutas come in. Looks like he has plenty to just kind of force these back for now. Let's take a look at Machine. And, oh, by the way, yeah, okay, so when I was kind of watching those Lings and Marines scuffling, I didn't realize he had taken his 3rd hatchery down here in the bottom right instead of in his main base. So, obviously, you know, StarCraft, we have general ideas that are happening, but you can really kind of make anything your own. And we can see that Machine has chosen with this, even though a lot of times you see that 3rd hatch in the main, he's taking it in that bottom right, and that's going to allow him to get a lot bigger economy. But he's going to need to make these mutalisks work. Ooh, loses 1 already. Gypsy pushing him back. See, he's still producing some drones down here, working on that mineral count. Gypsy continuing to move out forward. Does have that range attack, right? So the range upgrade, the most important thing. You don't really come out onto the map. You either come out before mutas or after your range is done. Otherwise, you can't even really hit them. Okay, so loses a medic. Mutas still kind of dogging him. Gonna pick that one off as well. And the Machine's having a little bit of a hard time here with this Mutalisk Micro. We really need to see him reducing this a little bit better. Ooh, takes a lot of damage on that one as well. Only 1 hit away from death. And Overlord flies to the Marines as well. Oh, God. Really painful right now. Gypsy, in the meantime, adding a couple more barracks. Throwing down his starports also. So pretty decent timing on those as well. And we actually have Flying Carapace coming up here for Machine. So that's going to make his mutas fighting mutas. They're going to be able to take a lot more damage from the Marines. It also can make it really annoying. Like, for instance, if Gypsy wanted to go for Valkyries, which it doesn't look like that's the plan. It looks like he's going to go into Science Vessels based on his 2nd gas. But if he did, you know, that armor is actually something that allows them to still fight against the Valks. Okay, let's take a look at Machine's tech. Has the Queen's Nest on the way. Has Hydras already being made for those lurkers. Another macro hatchery in that bottom right. He's starting gas down here. Doesn't have the full saturation as of yet. And it seems like he's going to get into his hive tech pretty cleanly, I think. His mutas haven't done, like, the greatest job here. He is actually pretty good at Mutalisk Micro. But we see Gypsy has just been reinforcing really, really well. All right, now the add-ons coming up. The science facility as well. Good missile turret placement. And Machine just kind of running around the other side. He's trying to make sure that reinforcements can't come out too easily. Also trying to micro against these Marines and medics. Okay. We've heard a lot of the mutas die so far. I think Gypsy has just been out-microing Machine a little bit here. But Lurker's already burrowed. So even though he's lost some of these mutas, it's not the end of the world because he is getting up to hive tech. But one thing I want to mention is that the SCV production for Gypsy has been pretty non-stop. It's pretty impressive mechanically just how strong he is. And, you know, with an economy like that, he's really able to produce, like, insanely as long as he's hitting his depots. Now up comes the 2nd engineering bay. He's adding a few more turrets here as well, which is definitely something you want to do. Oh, the muta's taking quite a bit of damage. That +1 carapace definitely helping them so they don't get quite as shredded. But we do have to get these lurkers up. Uh-oh. This could be a big issue here for Machine. Definitely needs to get those lurkers morphing. I don't know what we're doing here without lurkers yet. If he had like 2 lurkers up this ramp, I'd feel completely safe for him. I guess I still do now because this has been reduced quite a bit, right? 4 medics and was this 8 Marines? They are not going to be able to really do that much here. So it seems like Machine is fine. His hive is up. The Nidus Canal coming. Oh, he actually stemmed and ran up that ramp. The reverse ramps can't be held by a single egg. So nice idea, I guess. But he did not have enough, and with the extra macro hatch here and a few lings, that gets completely wrecked. I think Machine is going to be trying to take his 4th base now. He's already set up 3 lurkers. Here comes the stim and spread. Oh, no, that's not going to work out. He does have mana for some irradiates. Okay, he throws 1 on a Muta. Oh, he actually just kind of hit a very red Muta there, but it aggroes the Mutas in, so this actually turned out to be really good. Also gets a lurker. More reinforcements walking down for Machine. Where's his Nidus? Like, we have the Nidus, but we haven't seen the other opening come up yet. He is getting Adrenal at the moment. +1 Carapace still in the way. 3rd base being taken here on location from Gypsy, who has added a couple more barracks as well. Okay. So this is the kind of the important thing going on right now in this game, right? We saw Machine, like, he felt like he could take this. It seemed like there was just enough bio to push him back, but keeping Machine off of a 4th gas is so crucial. That is really the story of Terran vs. Zerg in a nutshell. Keep them off that 4th as long as you can. Generally, they'll eventually get it, but you need to delay it, because if they get it quickly, they just get out of hand with Ultra, Defiler, Lurker. But as is, Machine is macroing up really, really well right now. His drone count is not super big, but it's okay for Zerg. You can still kind of do it. Oh, he actually messed up and still only has 2 drones on the gas at his 3rd base. That's really painful. You definitely need full gas saturation. Some more irradiates going down on these lurkers. They are not stacked perfectly, so you can hit multiple irradiates. Nice by Gypsy. Moving out to take control of a bit more of the map here as well. Some lurkers coming out with defilers now. Throws down the Darkstorm. Of course, Gypsy has to run away. A lot of Scourge being added in. I'm kind of excited to see this, right? Like, Chitinous Plating is coming up, but what is Machine's idea here? We have such a good spread from Gypsy and a lot of vessels coming out. But, like, are we going to see Machine grind him down with Plague? Are we going to see him try to do a counterattack? Are we going to see him try to get Ultras out? Because he's a little bit gaslight for Ultras, especially with that drone missing. Like, that's a huge percentage. It's like 11% of his gas economy is just being missed right now. Okay, it looks like he is going to try a little backstab here. Trying to run through. Okay, gets up here. Burrows the lurkers under the Dark Swarm. Might pick off a couple medics. Gypsy coming back. Slowing him down as much as he can. Okay, another nice Dark Swarm. He has enough lings here that he can continue to make these. Plague is almost done here as well. And look at this. He's getting to the natural. He's going to make a run for it. The Radiate's going down, but the lurkers get up. And another Radiate goes down here as well. Is he going to be able to get some of these? No, he's going to kill off the Marines instead. Machine took a big risk, and it's paying off a bit. Now, this is not the end of the game. It's only 1 lurker left, so he can actually kill that with fire bats pretty easily, pretty quickly. In the meantime, Machine throwing a Plague down. Oh, I love this. He takes this moment when this is getting cleaned up to go ahead, plague these Marines, push down this ramp, and I think Machine is finally going to try to get his 4th up. In the meantime, Gypsy also setting up his own 4th, throwing down a bunker on this high ground. Has a lot of Marines there as well. You can really see the multitasking here of Gypsy. Doing a fantastic job as Machine. He's macroing heavily. He's playing well. But it seems like he's getting a little bit overwhelmed. There's a lot of vessels out here. Those green clouds going to be thrown all over the place. Firebats being added in now against this very Zergling heavy macro from Machine. Yeah, even the Darkstorm shouldn't be enough here. Well, when Ultras get under there, it sure will be. So Gypsy gonna have to pull back. Looks like a little Zergling counterattack is coming up. The bio coming out. Yeah, he's going to be able to clear that pretty well. First Ultras joining in, but the upgrades are not really there, right? The +2 attack against just the +1 carapace and chitinous plating. You need to be equal on the actual evolution chamber armor upgrades if you're going Ultra against bio. Otherwise, they actually pop very, very quickly. Now, the 4th base is coming up, but he spent a lot of his units trying to keep Gypsy back right now. And we haven't seen that much reduction of the science vessel count. He's still got 6, which is really, really healthy. Like, 6 is a great number of vessels. You can get your spells off. You can keep them alive. They're not that hard to control. But yeah, he's kept those alive. He's doing a great job over here. Oh, a little bit of a link counterattack at the 3rd base. Does force the SCVs away. All right, Ultra's coming up right now. They are irradiated. And... well, that wasn't Machine, don't worry. He's still trying. He's still trying to make something happen. The 4th base is up. I think he's just attacking a little bit too much here. I don't think he really has potential to kill Gypsy here. He's being very annoying. He's doing an okay job, but he's not allowing himself to get any sort of critical mass. And also, he's spending all of his gas on Ultras and not getting that +2 carapace upgrade, which is so important. It's like the most important upgrade for Zerg nowadays. Consume and +2 carapace. It's really where it's at. So Gypsy now, as Machine, starting to run out of steam, doing the counterattack. Machine can still hold on for a bit here. Still has almost 90 supply. Another Darkstorm goes down. Yeah, look at this. Just kind of diving up. He knows Machine has very little left over. Gets rid of that connecting Nidus. Down comes some Zerglings as well as Ultras coming in here. Ooh, the Spore takes out some of these Plague Vessels. That's kind of nice. Gets 3 vessel kills. What an MVP Spore, but I think it's too little too late. More units being sent down here by Gypsy. And yeah, I think we're getting pretty close to the point where Machine is going to have a hard time holding on anymore. I guess he clears this out. But this attack, like, he can't lose the 4th base again. Losing the 4th base is GG. Nidus being made. Not that many units left over here. And you know what? I think Machine put up a good game because Gypsy is really, really strong. So well done here. But I think we are going to be seeing GG momentarily. As this base is going to get taken down. 4th base gone. A huge march of units over towards the natural here. Gypsy's macro has him up 100 supply. And Machine going to fall below that magical 70 supply point. GG, Gypsy takes on Machine.